Hey, family. This is Jay Willis coming back with another episode of Wealth is a Journey podcast. Guys, this is episode 123. 123 weeks of consistency, 123 weeks of getting it done. As always, we outside, y'all. Man, I cannot believe this journey that we've been on, man. From going from not wanting to be in front of the camera, being awkward and shy, and now we just being ourselves, man, and we're enjoying this ride. And I just want to say thank you, as always, for the people who have taken this ride with me, who have offered feedback, criticism, any way that we can make the experience better for the listeners. Um, Again, definitely appreciate it, and thank you so much. If you are a first-time listener, watcher, or subscriber, thank you so much for joining us. On this podcast, we talk about faith, family, and finances, among other things. If you are a return listener, watcher, subscriber, thank you so much for joining us again. Hopefully, we are adding value to your lives on the way to the M's, because as always, we are on the way to the M's. That is a fact. So, I talk to a lot of people throughout the weeks and have clients and different things of that nature doing budgeting sessions. And before we get to those things, we address the elephant in the room, right? And the elephant in the room is that they come to me and people come to me because they were never taught how to set up a budget, how to handle their money, tell their money where to go. And if that's you, then you're not alone. I'm here to tell you that. But also with that, I'm here to tell you that nobody is coming to save you. So if you don't know how to handle your finances, that's fine. Don't stay where you are because you have yourself to depend on. You have other people who are coming behind you that are watching you, that are relying on you to make the right decisions with your money, whether you were taught or not. And most of us were not. But we have people who have figured out, in myself, to guide you on your way to financial freedom. There's other people out there as well, but you are here for a reason. So I'm going to get into it. Now, a lot of people think that, hey, I have financial problems. I need a lot of money. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of your financial problems are not necessarily a money issue. Now, I understand there are certain cases that it may be a money issue, but a lot of financial issues are not money issues. They are system issues, right? And for those who do have money issues, I'm here to tell you, and it's going to go against what you believe, but it is a blessing for you to um, not have an abundance of money while you're still in your financial issues season, I'll say. The reason I say that is because if your money is going everywhere now, you don't have financial discipline or you don't have systems in place to thrive with money, then if somebody dropped $1 million in your lap, contrary to what you believe, oh, I would do this with the money, I would do that with the money, I would do this good for this and that. If you're not doing that with the money that you have now, the chances of you doing that with money when you make a lot of money or somebody drops money in your lap, you're probably going to do the same thing. So I'm here to tell you that it's potentially a system issue, and we're going to address that. And we address that in a lot of different podcast episodes, right? You can go back throughout the episodes and see how to set up a budget and all the different things, mindset, things that we talk about that can help you on your journey if you're new to the podcast, right? So, what I'm going to challenge you with today, if you are having financial issues, if you're single or married, then we're going to address some of the things that can help you jumpstart your journey if you're not on your journey currently. And what I'm going to ask you is, what are you doing with what you have now? Again, I just said earlier that a lot of people believe that I need a bunch of money to get out of my financial situation, and that may be the missing piece to get you out of your financial problems. Yes, but what are you doing with the money that you have now? And today we're going to talk about three things that you may not even realize that are things that can kickstart your financial journey and get you moving in the right direction fast, quick, so we can get you to the M's that we just talked about earlier. So number one is if you are married, and I'm talking to my married folks, and if you're not married, this is still for you as well. If you are planning to get married or you have a significant other that it may be a chance that you guys will get married one day, please stick with me. One of the game changers for me and my wife is when we combine our finances. So number one is, do you or are you combining finances with your spouse? And if you're not, why not? I know some people will say, well, I don't trust my spouse. Um, if that's you, I will say that that's an even deeper issue because you married this person. So if you married this person and you don't trust them, that's a deeper issue that we need to, you guys can uncover on your own. But from a financial perspective, if you've had a child with this person or you split bills with this person, I'm telling you, it's going to be easier for you all to row the boat in the same direction. Where my wife and I had issues in the past is we had our monies completely separated for the first 10 years of our marriage. I tell the story all the time, but I believe it bears repeating because people that I talk to still do not combine finances with their spouse and they know me and we talk. So I'm here to encourage you that if you do not combine finances with your spouse, or you feel like it's a dumb idea to do that because I don't trust this person, then you need to get on the train of doing this because it'll make your life so much easier. Reason being, think about you trying to complete a task on your own, and then you have somebody come alongside of you and say, "Hey, let me help you complete this task so we can get it done faster, or let me help you get the thing done faster, right?" And think about how much time you spent doing it on your own. And then when that person partners alongside of you to achieve the goal, how much faster and how much more enjoyable the task is to complete. Think about that. It's the same thing when you combine finances with your spouse. Now, for our story specifically, if you're new to this podcast, there were a lot of tough conversations that my wife and I had to have regarding our finances and joining our finances, like what bank we were going to use and how are we going to do the bills? Because prior to that, we were splitting bills. I had the majority of the bills, and she had her bills and some other household things, but I had the bulk of the bills, right? And my idea is I want to pay the house off so then we can have more money to do the things that we enjoy, invest, all the nice things, right? And although my wife was hesitant at first, and understandably so, it was new to her and it was uncomfortable for both of us. We did it. There were a lot of uncomfortable conversations that we had because when we did our budget meetings every month, then one of us would leave upset because we felt like the other was getting their way and we were not. So I'm here to tell you that if you decide to do this, which I strongly encourage you to do, I'm telling you that there will be disagreements, headbutting. But I'm here to tell you also that this is what the other side looks like. What is that other side you're talking about, Che? I'm glad you asked. The other side is 7.5 years later, we paid the house off. Clap it up for that. Yes. 7.5 years later, we fully funded our son's college fund. 7.5 years later, we paid for my car cash, her car cash. And I understand that that is maybe not what you want. But because we partnered together, we were able to accomplish things that I wanted done, like as far as paying the house off. I was willing to tackle this by myself, which is dumb. We both live in a house. We're both homeowners. If I present this thing to my wife and the reasons why I want to get this done and why it's a good idea for us as a family to be able to do this, then why not do it together? She agreed. We partnered together. And although the house is paid, before that even happened, we were able to go on trips and pay for things together. So therefore, it wasn't somebody who just felt like they were carrying the load or bearing the burden of doing things on their own. Because with married folks that are doing this on their own and splitting bills and doing all these different things, what happens when the other spouse gets sick? Then what happens is the other spouse, like a good person, is going to take care of the bills for the person who can't currently do the bills that they were splitting or whatever. But then the opportunity comes for resentment because, oh, I'm taking care of my portion, but this person is not taking care of their portion. And if they're sick, you got to take care of them on top of that. It just it just opens the door for pride and a lot of resentment if you guys do not combine your finances. And you guys are partners, but you're really operating in silos. You're operating independent of each other. So I'm here to tell you that if you are in the camp of I'm not going to combine finances with my spouse, I'm here to tell you that that is a huge mistake. Now, there will be bumps along the road, but I'm here to tell you to stick through it. My wife and I, for the first 3 years, like 2 years or so, I'll say, we had a lot of challenges, like arguments, disagreements about the money. And then we finally realized that, or I realized that this is not my enemy. I want to make her happy. So if bending a little bit to give her the things that she wants that makes her comfortable is going to make the situation easier for all of us, then why not do it? And there were some times where she had to do the same thing. It's a partnership. So hopefully everything that I said makes sense, right? Number two is setting up a budget. Now, before you cut this off, listen, I'm not saying that just budgeting for budgeting's sake, like we're budgeting for a purpose, right? So we list all of our we list, excuse me, all of our income, we list all of our expenses, and our expenses also include spending money for ourselves, um, any concerts, or if you can afford to go on vacations, things of that nature. All of those are line items in our budget. And what we do a zero-based budget, meaning that before the month starts, we do all of our expenses and all of our income, and then every dollar is accounted for. So it leaves no room for unnecessary slip ups with spending and things of that nature. Like every dollar is accounted for. So then when the money comes in, we start telling our money where to go because we made the plan before the month started. Now, what a lot of people don't do when they do their budget, so I'm glad you stuck with me, is they do not reduce their expenses. What I mean by that is they pay minimum payments, and you paying minimum payments kill your wealth. Why? Because if you're just paying minimum payments on your debts, then the interest rates or interest that you're paying most likely is pretty high, especially like credit cards. Like a lot of credit cards are like anywhere from 18 to 28%, sometimes even higher. So you paying the minimum payments on, say, a $5,000 credit card that you owe, and the minimum payment is, say, 150 bucks. It is going to take you forever to pay that thing. So when we do our budgets, what I encourage my clients to do is whatever money's left over after you put all of your expenses in and you got your minimum payments listed, anything that's left over, I don't care if it's $10, $100, $500, $1,000, it goes on to your smallest debt. So when that smallest debt is then paid off, you take all the money that you were paying on that smallest debt and then you attack the next debt, the next smallest one. And what you're doing is you're creating wins for yourself, and you're creating belief that, hey, I just paid this debt off. Oh, this feels amazing. And oh, by the way, now I can use that money to then pay this other one off. And if I continue to snowball these payments into one another, then I'm going to have more money at the end of all these payments to make more money for myself and do the nice things that I want to do. So, number two is setting up a budget and going above and beyond the minimum payments, because minimum payments kill your wealth. All right. So that leads us to number three. Number three is going to be a game changer for you, because during the pandemic, a lot of people were investing for the first time. And if you are a new investor, like many, and this is not just you, many beginner investors just invested maybe 500 bucks, maybe $1,000, and just let it go. Didn't invest anymore, and that $1,000 may now be 1,500 or $2,000, depending on what you invested in. So if you have a lot of debt, uh, I'm not a financial advisor. However, what I would do, and I'm only talking about what I would do, is if you have debt and you're trying to jumpstart your journey, if you have money invested and you have your starter emergency fund, which is at least $1,000 to $1,500, that money that's sitting in that, say, Robinhood account or Webull or Fidelity, I would cash the money out and then dump it on your smallest debt. And that will jumpstart your wealth building process. Now, some people will say, Che, you are absolutely nuts. I am not cashing that money out. I'm not doing it. And I'm here to tell you that that's a mistake. Reason being, you may say, well, I'm making 12% on my money. And you very well may be. But if you have a 28% credit card that you're paying off, the math does not make sense. You are losing more than you're gaining. So it would make sense, in my opinion, to cash the money out and then dump it on your credit card or your smallest debt, whatever that is, to jumpstart your wealth. And here's what I'm telling you: if you can do all three of these things, then you will win as a result of it, because these are the many things that, along, excuse me, these three things, along with a few other things that my wife and I did to get us on our journey to jumpstart our wealth building process. And we're still on our journey. We're not where we want to be yet. We have a lot of things to accomplish. However, we are way further along than we were 10 years ago when we started. Right? So, you may think I'm crazy, but ask yourself, is what you're doing now helping or hurting you getting to where you want to be financially? And if it's hurting you, that's okay. You do have time to change what you're doing. So my recommendation is to do what people who have been successful with money are doing. Reduce your expenses, partner with your spouse if you have one, and then jumpstart your wealth building process by paying down your credit card, student loans, things of that nature. Your start with the smallest one first, and then work your way down and snowball the payments into each other. I'm telling you, I am here to tell you that it works. Now, if you do have a better idea, I will ask you to drop it in the comments below because I understand that I don't know everything. However, I know what worked for me and I know what's working for me. But if you have another way that you are reducing your expenses or you're doing your wealth building journey, put it in the comments below because I would love to hear from you. So that is the episode today. Again, I get a lot of people calling me, texting me, DMing me, asking me like, "Yo, how did you start your wealth building journey?" And there are a lot of different steps along the way, but three of the steps that we just outlined today are steps that you can take advantage of immediately. So then when you have your systems in place, you have your budget in place, you're telling your money where to go, and then you get blessed with $1,000 or $1,500 or $15,000, you'll know exactly what to do with it. So hopefully it makes more sense when I said earlier, if you're not making a lot of money now and you're not good with money now, then that is a blessing. Because I would hate for you to get a bag and then blow it because you had no clue what to do with it. So that's the episode. So hopefully everything that I said made sense. If you need to go back and watch it again, please do so. There are many other episodes helping you from a mindset perspective on how to get better with money. If you need one-on-one coaching, I'm here for you to see exactly what I can do to help you jumpstart or categorize your line items in your budget and get you on that right road to financial success. Let's go, man. Wealth is a journey. We will see you next week. Peace.